Welcome back, All Things Outdoors Ohio. Got another good hunt for you guys. So in this video, we kind of pushed ourselves back to the previous spot that we went to. I knew there was a road that took us somewhere, and we've ran so many rabbits recently in this area that we haven't really had the chance to go all the way back. So this hunt, we actually decided to go all the way back. And there's a few times in this hunt when things really started to heat up and rabbits just kept jumping and jumping and jumping. So it was an overall pretty good video, pretty good hunt. Didn't even get to hit everything we wanted to hit, but still ran into the rabbits. So that makes me think that back there is just absolutely festered with them. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Well, one for one. It's actually a doe, and as good as that thing ran, I'm really surprised by that. But honestly, this year's been so weird, I'm not that surprised because everything's been so out of whack. Mid-February, you think these things would be in heat, and they just be shutting right down. But that thing took a big loop and came out of nowhere behind me, and as you've seen, I got a pretty easy shot on it, about the only place I could shoot. But first rabbit of the day, first one dead, my 16th of the year. Been a really good year. Dogs really ran that pretty well. Scent conditions are pretty dry. So as good as they ran that, I'm looking forward to the rest of this hunt. So stay tuned. Well, as I'm sitting here field dressing it, and I was wrong. It was actually a buck, just had little nuts. But that was a buck, and that makes more sense now because it ran that big of a circle, and I would have been amazed if that really was a doe. But I was wrong. It was a buck, not a doe. So that might mean there might be another one sitting around here, a hot doe maybe. But that thing was running. So we'll see. So I'm going to step in here again and kind of talk about this hunt, or this run too, because me and Avery were kind of confused. Avery's GoPro shut off right before his shot, but as you've seen, I got it on mine. So basically, a rabbit shot down the hill towards Avery. He shot and missed, and it kind of took off back up the hill. And then Natty and Bud were running one already up the hill. Then then Lucy and Stein came down close to that path, close to the trail that the rabbit came on, and then just started hauling butt up the other bank. And Avery's like, that's a different rabbit. That's a different rabbit. Because he's the one he shot ran this way. Steiny and Lucy ran this way. So we're kind of stuck if Avery shot a kicker that he didn't realize it, and then it shot this way, and then Natty and Lucy were possibly running Bud and Natty's that were on the hill and then came down because they ended up meeting them down there. So we're not really 100% sure. This rabbit could have took off up the hill and then shot back. But that's why we're confused if this was number 7 and number 8. But I just want to sum that up for you guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. Dude, are you kidding me? They're coming to her, thank God. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this situation. So we get back, pushed back in this corner, and there's actually private about 500 yards in front of us. And Bud and Steiny are running this rabbit through these woods, heading towards this private field. And then me and Avery were trying to move up and see how these two were going to go, because Bud and Steiny kind of went off on their own, and Natty and Lucy were by us. But as me and Avery were moving up, Avery jumped one, so we put Natty and Lucy on that. So as soon as they got this to the wood line, I'm going to say this was a fresh doe that was probably in heat, because they couldn't really pick it up once they got to the woods. And then that's when they started hearing Bud and Steiny taking their rabbit, which was at this time about 350 yards away from me and Avery. So they took off towards Bud and Stein, and then Bud and Stein stopped barking for a minute. And as Natty was listening, trying to find where they were, she jumped another one. And then Bud and Stein pulled off theirs and came up and ran Natty's jump. So that's 3 rabbits in just this little area that we didn't really get to touch, because the dogs kind of took off towards that private, and obviously I wanted to avoid that. But it is what it is. You can't really control what the rabbit does and what the dogs do. So basically, the end of this clip right here is the 3rd rabbit that we jumped in that area that Natty jumped, that all the dogs finally ganged up on, and Avery was able to put a shot on it. So that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Another good hunt this season. I mean, it's been a really good year so far. I'm excited to see the totals. But for today's hunt, the dogs ran 7, possibly 8. We can't really decide if there was a split or not. So we're really going to go with 8 or 7. So the dogs had a total of almost 10 miles and we killed 2. So like I said, another successful hunt, another good hunt. Dogs ran really well again, and I'm excited to get back out. The season's almost over, so we got about 2.5 weeks left. I'm hoping to end this year strong with a couple more good videos, and at the end of the year, tally up these totals and see how well we did compared to last year. So as always, I hope you guys enjoy this video. We'll catch you on the next one.